What's going on, everybody? What is going on, everybody? How's everybody doing, man? We appreciate you all being live with us, and welcome to We Ain't Goes.
Hey, y'all.
Yes, I hope everybody's doing okay tonight. As you already know, we are in our PJs and we got our favorite wine of choice. What kind of wine do we have tonight, babe?
We are still on the Stella train.
Stella.
Yes.
Stella.
Y'all, let us know in the comments or something what other types of sweet wine. We like sweet wine. We like Kool-Aid wine. We like.
There you go, trying to get us to try new things.
We do. We
Why
need
don't
to.
we just stick with Stella? She ain't failed us yet.
I mean,
there's more stuff with Stella. So
okay, you're right. You're right about that.
I completely like Stella. So I think
You're
we
right.
should need to stick with that.
You're right about that. So tonight we have Stella Rose mango. See, here's the thing though. I really feel like I can't taste that much of a difference between like the mangoes, the peach, or even just a regular Moscato. Like I don't know. I don't taste much difference. But
okay.
That's why I ask if anybody has any other types of wines. Y'all let us know. I know the comments are just gonna blow up with different wines, or somebody's gonna reach out to us. It's gonna be a whole thread of just wine, but that's not why we're here.
Yes, no.
So
wine is good, but this ain't what we here for.
Yes, so
you know what I'm saying?
We are here to continue on our conversation from last week about what was it about
two
adjustments.
One.
Yes, and adjustments.
Learning your spouse.
Yes, that was the last week. So this week is pretty much a continuation of that, but it is talking about accommodating the new me.
Ooh. So we're talking about accommodating the new me, but before we do that, can we tell the people where they can find our live feed and all that other fun stuff?
Yes, so you can find our live feed on Facebook at We Ain't Goals.
Yeah.
Also, we need more of you all to follow our Instagram page right now in this moment, in this season. It's at We Ain't Goals. YouTube. What is it?
YouTube is at We Ain't Goals as well. So, with YouTube, we have a certain kind of, we have to get our subscribers up before we actually have a personal URL. So please just go to We Ain't Goals, everything, and you can find everything. IG is where we would love for you all to continuously follow, and Facebook. If you want to see the live show, you can see it on our Facebook page, as my beautiful wife said, and also on YouTube as well. So just make sure y'all get with us, y'all. We got some great conversation, and we're gonna keep this thing going. So what's our topic for tonight, Boo?
It is accommodating the new me.
Ooh, the new you. Like, what you trying to say? You ain't never been yourself the whole time?
I've been myself, but I just been growing. And you've been growing too. So we have to learn how to accommodate each other in this newness of us.
Got you.
So before we get into that, today's local loot that I want to highlight
it.
Y'all see, people on the live can see the gleam on this here bracelet. Okay. This here is CC's jewelry box.
Bling, bling.
Y'all see this? Oh my gosh. Look at this here ring.
Oh my goodness.
Yo, $5 no holla CC's jewelry box. Also, ladies, we got earrings and things. Okay. So get into these. These are clip-ons.
Ooh.
Clip-ons ain't never looked this good. Okay.
Interesting.
Clip-ons. Y'all see that?
Yes,
clip-on.
We see. It's beautiful.
And these here are some of my favorites too. They are so blingy. Gunmetal. $5, seriously. But she also has chunkier pieces for $25 in her Z collection. So just get into it. Hit up CC's jewelry box. We will tag her in this post after we actually finish the live. So but just here's a visual of the big chunky pieces.
Oh, the necklace.
Oh yes.
Yeah,
and be on the lookout for this in a photo shoot coming up. Just letting y'all know. This here ring, this here bracelet, this chunky necklace, and these earrings.
Oh, right.
On the way.
All right.
Let me set these aside.
Yes, and if you're in the Louisville area, we need to go ahead and promote ourselves. So if you're in the Louisville area and you love to do Zumba, you want to get your life right, you want to get everything together, I think you need to make sure you go to Too Bad Zumba.
Yes.
And when do you have Too Bad Zumba, babe?
Woo, Chad. Okay, so I have Too Bad Zumba. The number two, BAD, as in beautiful and determined, or bold and distinguished. Zumba. I have in person classes Mondays and Wednesdays at 6 p.m. And I also have virtual Zumba. So Zumba via Zoom. Oh, bless you. Bless you. I have those Tuesdays and Thursdays at 1:30 p.m. That's during the daytime for like our work at home people, or just if you're just sitting at home. And I also teach on Saturday mornings at the Republic Bank Foundation YMCA, which is on 17th and Broadway, 1720 West Broadway, at 9 a.m. every Saturday morning.
Awesome. So we need to make sure if you want to get have some fun. I mean, you're getting in shape while you're having some fun. Make sure you go to some, some Too Bad Zumba classes. I think that would be absolutely incredible. And then if you can, this guy right here, my name is Cortez, but I go by Tez Too Deep. I have some great music that you would love for you to listen to. So if you want to go to Apple Music, if you want to go to Spotify, any of those things, make sure you go check out Tez Too Deep, the music. And on August 22nd, if you're in the Louisville area, once again, we have a backpack giveaway. Of course, We Ain't Goes is going to be in the building.
Absolutely.
And we're going to, well, I guess outside the building, because it's a drive up. Okay. It's a drive up. And we're trying to give away 100 backpacks. And I think we've already reached that goal, but I don't want to give that away yet. But we're trying to give away 100 backpacks with supplies. So if you like to donate,
we are still in need of supplies.
Yes. So if you would like to donate to that, then please do so. You can contact at tez2deep@gmail.com, or just hit up We Ain't Goes, our Iron Royalty, our Weekend with Tez radio show,
or Too Bad Zumba.
Too Bad Zumba. It doesn't matter what you hit up. We'll make sure. Yeah, we will make sure that information gets over to us so we can get that thing going. Now, once again, we done said it 2 or 3 times. Let's finally, because 3 times it means it's final. 3 times is like if I say it 3
third
times,
time's the charm.
Yeah, third time's the charm. There it is, baby. So now let's finally get into our topic. So a lot of people has been sharing the feed now. They ready to comment. They ready to come in. So let's tell them once again, what in the world are we talking about today?
Today we are talking about accommodating the new me. So as you all have maybe known, or looking at past podcasts, past episodes of ours, we have been together a really long time, since we were children, literally.
Yes.
So
youngins.
I attended a virtual conference this past weekend. Shout out to Sarah Jakes Roberts, the Women Evolve conference.
Mm-hmm.
It was virtual this year due to COVID. Please, Jesus, let the world get healed so that I can get to Denver next year and be in the place. But there was a session on love and marriage, and they talked about the process of abandoning a part of yourself. So it was asking, what does my husband or wife need in this season? And we're walking away from what we used to be, dying to our old self. So that was pretty heavy for me, because I felt like I don't even know if I have that much of an old self that I've walked away from and being with him, because again, we were children. So I don't know. I had to think about what has been the evolution of Jessica from 14 years old to 31 years old. So I don't know. What do you think?
Well, I think topic? No, I think it's an amazing topic, and I think it's something that we can, dissect a little bit, and also talk about how on each level we would continuously have to compromise, as well, while we're accommodating our new self. Okay, so with me, personally, when it comes to that, I never really thought about. You never really think about how you grow until you reflect, if that makes sense. So like you don't really think about, okay, so I used to do this, or I used to do that, or I used to be this kind of way, or this used to make me feel a certain kind of way. And then being able to adjust to those things as you get older is very interesting. You know what I mean? I never really thought about it in that kind of way. So my biggest thing would be it's really, I always say, going back to my self-confidence and actually gaining self-confidence. That was something that I struggled with. I didn't realize I still struggle with that as a husband. So
Mm,
like maybe as a
as an
boyfriend,
individual,
yeah, well,
or
as a boyfriend, you may have known like, okay, I think he needs a little bit more encouragement, but I didn't know I brought that into our marriage as well, if that makes sense.
mm,
So that's something that I kind of struggle with. Is that something you want to kind of go off of?
um, I don't know. Like, what is the new me? New titles. So yes, even me being a wife, then a mother, and then me trying to find who I am through being a wife and a mother has been difficult, because they had talked about during the Women Evolve conference, it was like, I'm learning me, but I'm also having to teach someone else about me in the process of learning my own self. So I feel like that's where I'm at. The struggle for me is, where am I? What do I want to do? What's next for me? Like,
Mhm.
what is the new me? And how do I help somebody accommodate to that when I don't even barely know?
Hmm.
So I don't know. I'm
Give me
vent.
an example. Like what's something
Well, I
just
know
something in
I liked
particular.
Zumba, but I had never done Zumba when we were children, like, or
Right,
in high
right.
school, or even in college. I didn't do Zumba. I did Zumba after we were married, and um before CJ, like literally, I was pregnant with CJ and started Zumba.
Mm.
So I found my passion in dance. Like, I always liked to dance. I always used to step and do all that kind
So
of
can I
stuff.
speak to
But
that real quick?
yeah,
So that's something like, okay, so that's something that I noticed. Because we had this conversation too, and if we notice something, notice our growth or something like that. Zumba was my first example of me noticing you in a space where you were trying to figure out what can you do with your life that doesn't have to do with, a job or a career, because
mm-hmm.
you've always held cool positions, and you've always kind of advanced in your jobs no matter what it was. So you always go after some opportunities that you never really think that are big opportunities, but you end up going after it. So Zumba was the first thing that I would say, hey, okay, now I got to make sure that my wife is internally happy. So as a husband, what is it that I can suggest that says, hey, did you think about doing Zumba as an instructor, more than just participating in the class? So my thing was, I remember having a conversation with you, and I think I said something like, have you ever thought about being an instructor? You was like, no, not at all. He was like, no, I don't. You almost had the spirit of, here you go, Tez, always trying to get me to lead stuff, and that ain't what I'm trying to do right now, which was understandable because I don't know if he was really ready for that at that time.
Yeah,
But my goal as the husband is to say, hey, let's get her thinking on this spectrum, and then she can make whatever decision she want to make, because I'm a
yeah,
supporter.
because the seed was planted with that.
Yeah, and
I mean, yeah, and I don't even know how I even got to attend that first Zumba class.
I don't either.
I don't even
Because you
know.
said you went with your mom last
No,
time you said.
but that was when I was way pregnant with CJ. But I started going to Blair Zumba
So most
classes.
likely it was like a health, you just wanted to find
Who
something.
took me?
I
I
don't
don't even
know.
remember,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it was so long ago. It was literally 7 years ago.
At least,
But
yeah.
that's the thing, y'all. Like, I went 7 years ago. I had CJ, and even 3 more years later, I didn't get a certification. Like, I knew that I really loved it. I knew that I was passionate about it. I knew that I wanted to do it. I always loved to go to class. It was a stress relief. Like, I call Zumba my therapy. Like, we always have had talks with my classmates, and we stay in the parking lot afterwards just talking because it's a good time.
Yeah.
But during that season of me just being the student, I was just like, I don't know if I want to do this. I don't know. I don't
Well,
know. I
you were
don't know.
used.
And I was self doubting. I was just used to being a supporting role
There you
and
go.
not in the forefront.
There you go. I
So
was literally I was going to say, because during that time as well, you had created being the hype wife as well,
yeah,
all simultaneously. So you were just always known to be the supportive friend, the supportive person. Hey, if you guys want to do it, then I'm down. All you got to do is let me know the time and date, and I'm there. That's usually just, and you still kind of like that, but that's just where you were. Period. You was literally not even trying to move from that position. I
yeah.
think you were just kind of like,
I wasn't leveling up.
I promise you, like I said, accommodating the new you, that is one of the things that I wanted to talk about, because it's like literally when it came to me noticing you, like Zumba is a perfect example, because like I just remember having that conversation. You were really like, no. And then all of a sudden, just out of nowhere, I want to say it took some months. I mean, you were still just going to class for a while.
Y'all, I'm
And
gonna
I
tell
guess
y'all
you
what.
just was
I'm
just
gonna tell
praying
y'all
on it,
what.
I guess.
Yes, I prayed so long and so hard about it because we went to Indianapolis. That's when I got my certification. This is how his season was tested too. This is the new him and having to support me. You know what I'm saying? That's a different role because I never have been in the front. You know what I mean?
But you know what's funny about that real quick? I was ready.
I know, but I never
like,
let you
man,
tap into that.
I was like, what you trying to do, babe?
He drove me.
I'm trying to be hype husband, even
I
though that ain't even
know.
something. But
I know.
I was trying to be hype. I was like, yeah, let's get it.
I just didn't know how to let you be that because I never was in the front. I never had the limelight in that way. But he drove me to Indianapolis. I got certified March 2017. Yeah, I didn't have my first class until 2018 because I was just sitting on it in this perfectionism state, trying to plan. But perfectionism is not always like the positive trait is what people think of it to be. Yeah. And I also learned that at this conference as well, because perfectionism equaled procrastination for me, which was fear. So for me, I think that I was just holding out because I thought I wasn't ready, but it was just like you pushed me, and God was really like, what are you doing? You already have the seed. You already have the talent. You know what you're doing. You've learned the choreography. You've created your own choreography. What are you waiting for?
What are you waiting for?
Seriously. So I don't know. I don't know why I said.
So what made you?
I do know.
Yeah. Well, what made you? What clicked? So what was the clicking point to say, you know what, I'm about to start classes this next year. I'm going at it, and that's it. Do you remember what really clicked in your
Harmony
mind?
got older.
Janae, Harmony, Janae.
Yes. So I got certified March 2017. So she wasn't even one. Like she was 3 months. Yep. All I did was perfect what I thought was perfecting it for almost a year. And then I didn't start classes until she got older because I was nursing her and whatever. So I just felt like the timing wasn't right. But I had to find a place also to do Zumba, a studio. So for me, it was just like, what are you waiting for? Your child is one now. She's self-sufficient. More anyway than a newborn, and CJ's older. He don't care about so I thought it was just time. It was just time for everything. 2018, it was really time. I was just waiting on life.
Well, that was just beautiful for you because, like, as I said, I'm speaking from the perspective of someone who's watching, because like when you accommodate what you are trying to become, and we'll talk about also, the relationship piece, but we're kind of diving into, how it is in our relationship and what, where we saw the first level of change in our relationship. But see, my thing was, I really wish, I hope you understood that my goal was to make sure that I could at least be half of what you were for me. Like, anything that you did, like for my music, if y'all know anything about Hype Wife over here, she is always, hyping me up. She is always telling everybody about my music, and always doing a great job of supporting her husband and his dreams. So my thing was, it was like, yo, this is my turn to show my wife that I got her back. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever you need to do, and be that push that she was. I mean, because I don't think she even realizes there'll be ideas that I come at with her, and Jesse's just like, so I had to learn her. It's not nonchalant, you know what I'm saying? It's not like whatever. It's just like, if you're gonna get it done, then get it done. Quit talking about it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like
and I can't take my own advice.
Yeah,
Ain't that some mess?
she talked. She would tell me like, okay, you've talked about this. You thought through this, Cortez. There's no reason for you to not go and do whatever it is you want to do. And she does me like that. So I was like, you know what? Here we go. Here's my opportunity. Now I knew I couldn't talk to you and have my approach the same way, but I knew that I had to make sure that I got my point across. I knew I had to make sure I say, hey, babe, you know, I really think you should do it. If you need me to drive, I'll go. Do y'all not realize when I drove up there, I did nothing for
he did nothing
2
for
hours?
No.
How long was it?
That training was 8 hours.
That's literally, see, it was 8 hours. I had no clue.
He went to the movies.
I went to the movies. I never went to the movies by myself.
By himself.
I went to the movies by myself. They probably thought, like, who is this lonely guy just walking in here?
It was so cloudy and dreary that day too.
It was like a rainy day. It was just so weird. Everything was just like awkward. But I mean, it was cool. I caught a movie. I think I got something to eat, and I was just really chilling, driving around. I walked around in their little weird mall that they had, wherever that was.
Because it wasn't exactly Indianapolis. It
was like a little
somewhere else, and it was
it was weird. But anyways, I was just chilling, but I just wanted to show that part of my dedication towards her dream. Like, I wanted to just let her know, like, you know, I'm willing to sit around and do nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because literally, I could have drove back. That's how much time I had, y'all. I could have literally drove back and then drove up at a good time and met her and not wasted a lot of my time. I would have been cool just driving around. I could have did a lot more, but I just wanted to make sure she knew, like, okay, when you needed me, when you came out for your little break for a quick second, I was out there.
I made us some lunch and
packed you know what I'm saying?
Everything.
So whatever you needed, I was trying to be there. Being supportive is the best thing that you can be for your spouse.
It really meant a lot because I was actually, maybe that was another hesitation of mine because I wasn't sure that you could do that for me. And I know that sounds crazy out loud. It sounds crazy out loud right now, but you've always been in the forefront. Like, you've always had the dream. So now that I got a dream, I have a dream.
All right.
Oh,
Corretto?
No.
Well,
that's funny.
Corretto.
That's not what I meant. Wait.
Well, I got you.
But
it's wine got us smacking over here.
Right. Now that I had a dream of my own, it really gave me the opportunity to see you in a new light.
Ooh. Yeah, you know, it's really cool, man. Like, I just really my thing is, like, I want people to understand, like, if you're a parent, right? Check this out. And this is for all the parents that are listening. It is absolutely amazing for you to do whatever you can to be successful personally and work together. Mm-hmm. Okay, because if your children see you out here working hard, doing so much stuff, but then able to come back home and love each other and be nice to each other and spend time with each other and then still invest time in them, we know it's hard. No one said that was easy. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm just saying, just always remember in the back of your mind that, hey, you know, our children see us. They're watching us. And that was me. I was like, you know what? How dope would it be for my son and my daughter to grow up and say, man, my daddy was always doing some music. He was coaching football. Mama was doing Zumba. She was going to meetings and she did a conference, and you know what I mean? And then they say at the end, and guess what? They still was able to come home and cook us a meal. They were still able to come home and make sure we took a shower. They were still able to come home and give us a kiss before we went to bed. They were still able to give us advice when we needed them. When I wasn't acting, you know, the best, my dad still gave me a lecture, or my mom always talked to me about what was going on. You know, those are the type of things, y'all, that you have to understand. It's all about balance when things are coming up and when you are growing as an individual. I believe that is the best thing for your marriage. That's the best thing for your relationship. You both need to grow. You both are going to change. And in our situation, we've been knowing each other since we were 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You know what I'm saying? We've been together since elementary.
Didn't y'all know each other in elementary school? No, you know right. It only feels like that way.
So what I'm saying is like when we're 16 and and it's like puppy love, as we said the episode before. It was just the beginning level of love, and you like, oh my god, this is really cool, this is what I really need to have. And then the first confrontation comes, or maybe a small disagreement or argument, and then you fight through it. I say this, you always got to take something out of whatever it is that you go to. You know what I'm saying? Like, so if you what that you go through, I'm sorry. So if you go through anything, if it's a small argument, if it is, something just absolutely that changes the way you think about the other person, you have to make sure you go ahead and buckle up and get ready for that ride. Because if you continue to try to take another road instead of the road you're supposed to be on, you might end up in the wrong place. Okay. So always remember to make sure that you're just prepared. You know what I mean? When something happens, talk to your spouse, talk to somebody and say, hey, I never knew that you felt this way about that. I remember having a conversation with my wife about jealousy, and it was in college, and it was about me being jealous of a lot of things that I didn't know I didn't know if that was the term that I was looking for. I didn't know if that was what I needed to name it. And then I'm gonna have a fiery attitude when I get upset. You know what I'm saying? And it's easy. I'm really weird, but I have a fiery attitude, but I can understand if it hits me, I can understand like, oh dang, Tez. Yeah, that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? But mid argument though, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people can't do that, and it's really nerve wracking to people who can't do that either, because it's like they're mid, like I'm trying to tell you, and I'm like, oh, you know what? You know. Oh yeah, well, I'm sorry, but you know what I'm saying? I didn't mean it, so I'll just leave it. Like mid conversation, you know what I'm saying? I'm known to do that, and she just hit me. We was having a conversation, and I don't know what it was in particular, but she made me realize that I was still jealous, and I was still having issues with jealousy. And I remember we sitting. This is the SAC doesn't look like this now. The student activity center doesn't look like this now. But I was sitting in the multi-purpose room, and we were having lunch, and she just said it, and I was just like, well, babe, I never really thought about it that kind of way. But yeah, I mean, I'm jealous. You know what I'm saying? I got to deal with some of those issues. And ever since then, I've been working towards that. You know what I mean? Confidence and everything. Like, it's just so much that you got to deal with, in a relationship. And it can be small things and it can be big things, you know what I'm saying? But, I really want us to always understand that we got to keep on trying to find, what's going on in solutions. Now you had something on that you read earlier that I wanted you to read again. It was the beginning of what you were saying. It was what your husband needs.
Yeah, that's
or what
what
your
I was
wife.
Say, because
yeah, go
looking
ahead.
At
tell me what you were saying.
Say her comment.
Okay, go ahead. What we got? We got a comment.
She said, Nisha says it's hard to switch from being the supporter to being supported. And so
wait, let me ask you a question. Is that the opinion of a supporter? Is that what we saying?
Well, like me, I had always been the supporter. So for me to switch from that supporting role, it was hard for me to switch to
be the supported. Okay, cool. I got you.
I didn't know how to do that.
Yeah.
So I found out in that season that was a need of mine.
Yeah.
And being supported. So back to what you were saying, the question was, what does my husband need in a wife in this season? So,
and that goes
vice
back,
versa. But this was a women's conference, so it was.
But I love it, the fact that you're talking about seasons.
Yes.
So this is almost when, like the last episode, we were talking about levels, right? I mean, it was like when you move up a level, you probably lose friends, you probably lose a lot of things, blah blah blah.
But you don't think about that in your marriage,
right? You don't think about when you're trying to grow as a person.
Yeah, when you hear seasons, you hear like they was in your life for a season and a reason, leaves on trees and branches and roots and all of that. But
the snow leaves after the winter.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? All
and then spring has sprung. That's not
right. But I think too, you got to think about seasons as when you grow.
Yeah.
So, when I was 22 and I just got married as a new husband, that was a season that I was in. It was like, okay, Tez, how do you adjust to being a husband? And we talked about that. Now you're in a season of just growth. That's kind of what I want to talk about. Like, I just remember people used to think I was the type of person, or at least this is from what I understand. People used to really they couldn't get me. You know what I mean? They couldn't get like my personality. They knew I was kind of fun and silly, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? But the minute that like anger and frustration came in, they didn't know how to read me anymore. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It was like, is he really that? He doesn't like you know what I'm saying? It was like, is he really that mad? Is he
Yeah.
or is he just kind of trying to brush it over? And this is just people. This is not necessarily, and
Close to you
close
or
people.
yeah.
This not like you and my mom and my dad and things. I'm saying just in general when I was at work, like people could not. I remember feeling like I'm trying to lose this season. I'm gonna lose my attitude.
Yeah.
This
It
season,
was so crazy because we used to work on separate floors from each other.
uh huh.
So, like, our old manager would be like, "What's wrong with Cortez?" asking me. But my outward appearance, like, I could probably fake it a little better in getting over stuff. Like, I could still be mad, but getting over it. But your emotions are on your sleeve. Like, you can physically see it.
On
So
my
on your face,
face.
Lord Jesus.
Yeah, they
So
all over my face. And now
so
I'm still working on that.
so when she
Oh,
when
jeez, bless me.
she wouldn't even know if we got into an argument because of how I was acting.
But
But
no, no, no. I think
I remember specifically like some stuff that happened. And
y'all just running y'all mouth then. But
no,
I'm
I
talking about.
never talked to her
No, I ain't
about
talking about
it.
you, baby. I ain't talking about you. I ain't talking about you. I'm just
Oh,
saying, you know what I mean? Everybody else, you feel me? They're just trying to be in our business sometimes. But
yes,
like,
yes.
me, I'm the type of person like I said, during that season, I was trying to lose my
Mm-hmm.
attitude. But anytime you're trying to lose something, there's a process that you go through. So
Yeah.
you don't immediately just be like, you know
Okay,
what?
sunshine and
Right.
rainbows.
I'm gonna wake up and I'm not gonna have an attitude
Yeah,
anymore.
that's not it.
That's just not gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? So when you're going through it and you're trying to change it, I remember the first day you try to change your attitude, and it's like immediately somebody at work just tries you. You know what I'm
Tries it.
saying? Just tries
Tries
it
it.
automatically. Like, yo, you know what I mean? I remember yesterday, Tez told me to, or hey, Cortez said this, and
You know
I was
something else
wondering
though?
why, and it just frustrated me because it was like, dang, I'm trying to work on this, and y'all just not letting me win. Y'all
And
not letting
then
me
and
breathe.
then somebody named Tezzy Too Deep comes
Uh,
out with a song called I Can't Worry About It.
that was
Oh my
2016.
gosh, let me tell you, that was like a revelation for everybody to chant, like, hey,
Yeah.
we can't
Well,
worry about it.
that yeah.
And then people
Personally,
started turning that on him, like,
oh, can I
he's
take?
not.
Oh, let me speak on that, baby.
Yes, go ahead.
So check this out. So in 2016, I made me and SG Smitty decided to go solo, and we decided to do our own thing. So the thing that kind of kept being a hindrance to me was me worrying about what other people thought all the time. I always was used to worry about what people think. I would say I didn't, but then I noticed my actions meant that, bro, you just care about what people think.
Yeah.
So I made a song and created a song called Can't Worry About It. And it was the point was to just say, hey, no matter what you go through in life, just have the attitude, I can't worry about it. I just got to keep going. They talking about me. They doing everything they can. They don't like who I'm hanging with. They don't like what I represent. I can't even worry about it. I'm just going to be myself. Right. So then all of a sudden, I don't know if I said this on the podcast before, but 2016 was like the worst year ever. So 2016, literally, my uncle Papa passed away at the beginning of
Yeah,
the year,
both
right?
uncles.
Like he passed away, and it was like, whoa, where did that come from, right? And then after that, later on in the year, my uncle Gary passed away,
Mm-hmm.
and it was just a lot of stuff that was happening throughout 2016. And I remember towards the end of the year when I found out my uncle Gary was sick, I had made a status or something, and it was kind of like, I'm just going through a lot or something like that. It was kind of subliminal status where I wanted people to kind of know, but I didn't want to tell them what was going on with me. And somebody literally commented something on the phrase of, I thought you can't worry about it.
Just
And
petty. Just being petty.
and I was like,
people still go through stuff and have emotions, but
yeah, but it was two things that I took it at. First, initially, I got upset because I was like, come on, dog. Like, you don't know what I'm dealing with right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need to chill out on that. Like, I don't know what your intentions is, but you know what I mean? We're going to have to meet up and talk about this. You feel me? So that's kind of how I was approaching that at first. But then I was like, you know what? I remember
let me take
that.
my own
Let me
advice.
take my own advice.
Yeah.
Let me chill out.
Come on, Joyce, chill.
Right. Let me chill out. let me breathe and let me pray and see
Yeah.
what's going on. Because when it comes to death and situations in life, I'm telling y'all, God don't make no mistakes.
None at
Like,
all.
period. And no matter how hard it is for us to deal with it, like, I'm telling you, y'all, like, it happens to us because we have to get something out of it. Like, it happens to us because we didn't realize how special that person was to us,
Mm-hmm.
or that person had reached the end of their life, the end of their time. And it
They
was,
served the
yeah,
purpose
they
that they were
served their
supposed
purpose.
to. Yeah.
And then when they served that purpose, then they made you realize everything. You made you appreciate everything about them, everything that they did, what they used to tell you all the time, how they interacted with you. You know what I'm saying? It was just
Mm-hmm.
so much that happened. And for me to say can't worry, and then someone to say, "Hey, bro, I thought you can't worry," it made me go back to be like, you know what, you're right. I,
Yeah.
I
Let me
can't
take
worry
my own
about it.
advice.
I got to
Yeah.
be strong. I got to be strong for my aunties. I got to be strong for my cousins. I got to be
Yeah.
strong for, my family in general, my kids, my wife. I got to show her that I can be strong through this as well, because this was her first time ever having to, and besides my grandfather passing away, like, this was her first time really having to deal with that much on me.
Yeah.
Usually it was on her side,
A
and
whole lot of
and it was
people
like, oh
passed
babe,
on
oh
my.
babe, oh babe,
Yeah.
what I mean, I'm here for you. So then it goes back to the supporting thing.
Different
Yeah, so now
roles.
now
So
you
in
had
that
to,
season,
yeah, in that season
I
you had to,
needed you, and then you needed
yeah.
me. Yeah.
So it's really, 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 really
It's
incredible.
funny looking at these comments on
Okay, go
here.
ahead.
Let's see. Shantane says, Jessica, I've never seen you mad. And a laughing, crying emoji. This is what I'm talking about. People say that they have never seen me mad because I guess on the front facing, I look like
Well, you
sunshine
don't.
and
Well,
rainbows,
baby.
but
Well, baby. Well, here's the thing. The only person you get mad at is me.
that's what I'm saying.
So here's the thing. So you don't necessarily get mad, but you have this.
Oh
It's not.
Lord.
It's not. No, seriously. But it's not anger
Tell
that
me
you
about myself.
show to other people. It's more of disconcern. And it's like, you know what? I'm not really concerned about that much. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now with your spouse, we
You
got
know,
we got
remember.
the buttons. Like, what buttons to press
Yeah,
for me,
remember
and I know
I
what
told
buttons to press
you
for you.
I had put that status up. I said, I'm not arguing with nobody except my husband.
That's about it. And I don't
Because
know if that's a good thing or
no,
not,
it
but
is because I care that much about you to want to work something out. The rest of y'all, no.
Yeah, well,
But
no, but
I'm
I
just
get what
no,
you're
but I was
saying.
just saying, like,
Well, the rest
that's
of
a lot of
people
energy to put into somebody
who don't give it
that is
back
not
to you.
reciprocating. Like, I
Yeah,
don't understand.
like, why would I sit here and argue with somebody? And I learned that in the season. I'm not about to keep arguing with these
Yeah.
friends of mine, with
Yes,
this
God.
family of mine, and they're not trying to resolve anything. They're
Not
trying to
at all.
hold grudges.
I'm
I'm
not
trying to
doing
get
it.
to I'm trying to get to a solution, and all they want to do is hold a grudge. Dog, get out of my face. Like,
Yeah.
I have no time for that. So if you're not even
Yeah, that's what
trying to
Andrew
do that,
says. He said,
like, get out of my face. What did Andrew say?
I don't put energy into things and people I can't change.
That's facts,
That's
man.
so much easier said than done, though. My God.
I mean, I think people need to understand that, though. Like,
Yeah.
it gets to a point where it's all about taking care of yourself.
Yeah.
And when you in that season too, and that's what season I'm telling you, I think I'm in. Maybe now, if I'm about to go into it, or I'm learning about it before I actually step into it, is learning how to continuously take care of myself. And what I say that is, there was one point where I was feeling so bad. 2016, like I said, it was just a lot on my mind. 2017, Jesus, y'all. 2017 went pretty well. 18 just was very interesting.
Ooh,
So
that's a good
18 went
question.
from, hold on, baby. Oh,
I am.
okay. I'm sorry.
I'm
I'm
holding
sorry.
on.
I'm
Go
sorry.
ahead.
But 18 went crazy, because 18, I got a new job. I got the job that I always wanted. And then by 19, all of a sudden,
We both got new jobs.
yeah,
in
in 18, yeah, and then in 19, all of a sudden, I didn't have that job.
I'm
And it was
still
like,
holding on. Thank you,
and I didn't
Jesus.
see that. And I was actually dealing with something that people don't know about. You know what I'm saying? And I was dealing with the first time of me having I was in a mental slump, and I didn't
To actually seek counseling.
yeah, like,
and
I didn't think I needed to seek
Mhm.
counseling or therapist or anything. I just thought, hey, what's going on with me? It was a point where, this, and a lot of my fans do, like, I was about to quit. Like I
Quit
was
this music
done.
stuff.
I was like,
Yeah.
this music stuff is done because it's too much. I want to be this, and it was so much pressure on myself. The job was not putting pressure on me. I learned that I was putting a lot of pressure on myself. The job was fine. The job was just the job, and it was me. And even when I left that job, I told that job the only reason why I'm not here is because of me. Like
Yeah.
I'm leaving because of me and what I see myself. Something is not right. I probably won't be working in this type of job or this type of field anymore because maybe I've maxed out. Maybe
Yeah.
this ain't
Maybe this is
just,
not my time.
yeah, maybe this ain't it anymore.
Yeah.
Or maybe if
This
I come
season
back,
is over.
yeah, maybe if
Leave
I
it
come back,
there.
that's it. You know what I'm
Leave it
saying?
there. That's a
So
word right there. Leave it there.
it's tough, man. And I dealt with that, and I seen the therapist, and just there's a picture that I told my wife. I said, you don't know how much you changed my life with this picture. And it was a picture. We was at Aspen Creek.
It was like it.
Yep, it was at Aspen Creek. I had my shades on, and you gave me a kiss on my. And I just told you this recently. You gave
Just
me a
recently,
kiss
like
on
last week, you told me
on my
this.
cheek or something like that. And I told my wife. I said, what you don't realize is this was the start of me finding my own, finding myself again. This was the start of me being like, you know what, my wife is amazing and she's got my back. And at least if I leave this earth today, I know that my wife is going to continuously fight for me. She's going to continuously be there for me, and she's going to continuously always, be on my side. So I love you for that, baby. I really
Well,
wanted to let you know that.
always.
All right,
Like
now we got
wife.
a question. What was that?
Yo,
Did you
let me
show
tell
it?
you.
Let's see.
So, Tree says, I argue to educate. Do you think I'm wasting my energy?
Absolutely.
Hey,
Sometimes.
hold on.
Go ahead, babe. I'm sorry.
So,
Yeah.
young woman, young Sarah, it took me to get to that years old to figure out that I'm tired of educating people. Like, here's a link.
Oh, especially now.
Here's a link. In
Especially
these here
now.
days, here's a link.
Now,
here's an article.
Now, well, let me ask this: if she's still on here, if you're talking about argue to educate, let's not talk about. Now, if we're talking about current times, I get it. Like, I get why it's hard to not argue to educate, especially when it comes to Black Lives Matter and those type of things. But when it comes to relationships, you know what I mean? Are you always arguing to educate in that manner as well? Because I would challenge you to say this. Do you think you really know everything about a relationship that you have all the answers to?
I don't.
Because I don't.
I'll tell you right now.
I don't. As someone who's been married for 9 years and been with somebody for 15 years,
plus
I can't really. I can try to educate. How I feel.
I'm gonna tell you what I know over here, and that's it. Like I'm gonna tell you my experience, but
right.
As far as educating on facts, like I feel like she's talking factual. Like I don't know, maybe, but
yeah,
I don't have the time. Like somebody named Teddy Too Deep, in his BLM song, y'all go look that up on the Apple and the Spotify or anywhere you stream music.
Okay, babe.
First line of the song. I'm so sick and tired. I keep explaining myself. Come on, Jesus.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
I don't have it. I don't have the energy anymore.
Yeah. So if we're talking about Black Lives Matter, if we're talking about Breonna Taylor, if we're talking about George Floyd and all of those situations,
I don't have it.
No, I don't have time to keep educating you. There's plenty of resources out. They used to tell us this about music, and we used to tell all the upcoming artists as well. Like we got Google. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can Google, you can look up stuff. There's resources that were never out before, when I was out trying to come up. We didn't have these resources. So since they are out now, then I can give you this resource and you go look it up. And if you want to talk about it, once you look at it, then let's have a conversation about it so we can kind of get some strong things from there. But other than that, I ain't talking about no, not no more. I ain't doing it. No, we ain't doing it.
I just don't have it in me no more.
We don't have it in it. Now, babe, I do want to I want you to answer this question. What do you think that your husband needs in this season? You said it. What do you think that I would need in this season?
I don't know. We just had to talk about this. I think I don't know. We need you need from me better communication.
Okay.
For sure.
Okay.
And the way that I communicate to you is not getting it, or I guess, the way that I communicate to you is not getting through to you the way that I'm intending on it to get through to you.
Okay.
So now I have to compromise in this here season to figure out how to communicate differently, because the way I have been doing it is not getting it now.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
I don't know.
Understood.
That's my opinion. I think right now,
Okay, and yeah, we'll definitely talk about it some more.
but
But and I guess if we switch the question, what would I need from? How would I say it? Is it
mm-mm.
what I need from you?
What do I need from you?
What do you need from me? Okay, I think you need somebody who will allow you to appreciate your space and not feel like our quality time has been shattered.
Yeah. I don't want you to feel like I'm choosing friends over you
Yeah, or
or
just stuff.
anything,
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, just stuff.
Yeah.
So I think what I would need to try to do better is not to, honestly put so much um I don't know what the word is, but I don't want to say care so much, because I think that's like sometimes that can be used as a negative thing. I don't want to say I don't want to care about what you're doing.
Nah,
No, that's
bruh,
not what
you
I'm
do
trying to
care.
say. I just want to make sure that I understand that this is what you need as your person. For example, your personality is one way. You need certain things for you to feel like yourself. So this is something that I have to remember, that okay, when she does these things, she needs these things for her to feel like, for herself to feel herself. She has to make sure that she feels like Jessica 24/7 in order to give Cortez the best Jessica. So in order for me to get the best wife out of you, I need to let you, continuously grow as a person and fix whatever, I got to trust you more. I guess I got to trust you more
But
and be like, yo, you
that's a
got
good
this.
point.
You know what I'm saying?
But in order for you to trust me more, I have to communicate
Right.
my needs to you, which will help your needs.
Yeah, and we said this on a meeting that we just had. Like teamwork. Teamwork builds trust. Period. If we work as a team, then we're going to continuously build trust within each other. If you do, go ahead. I'm sorry. I know
Oh
he's
no,
about to
I
say
was gonna
something.
say, looking at Andrew's comment.
Okay, let's see. What do he say?
This is my Sag brother right here.
Okay.
How do you learn to buffer before you talk? Like the old responses don't work anymore.
Let me say this, because this works for me
Bro.
too. I know, for real, because she might think it's just a her thing, but here's what Jesse does to me, and I'm good at this, because y'all, like I said, my body language is horrible, and like, so I'm more of the
I can't stand a huff. He
I
wakes
take
up in the
and
morning
and it's
and
not even
huffs.
huffs, it's deep breaths for me at this point. Like, it's literally me saying, you know what, before I do, let me go. And self-talk, man. Like, listen, y'all, I know
Ooh, y'all,
when
that's another topic.
we was kids, they'd be like, oh, he's over here talking to yourself. Like, no, self-talk is amazing. Like, you have to learn how to talk yourself down the cliff. You know what I'm saying? If you about to jump and you like, you know what, it's about to be, I'm about to go crazy right now because I'm sick of this dude, or I'm sick of this girl. Always got something to say when I go and, use the bathroom in the middle of the night. And, you know what I'm saying? Like, just small stuff, because that's what we don't argue about, nothing major. So, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you gotta know like when to back down and self-talk. Like, calm yourself down. You know what I'm saying?
It's so
Take your
hard.
deep breaths, and even if I would say the other person has to appreciate that on the other side,
I don't like it.
because she says that
I'm not ready. I don't.
she's not ready. She
It
says
doesn't look
that.
like you're trying to me. It just look like you're getting mad. You're working yourself up more.
It's funny she says that.
But
It's
I
funny
know
she says that
now.
because she does the same thing.
That's what I'm saying.
She does the
It's
exact
crazy.
same thing, people. The exact same thing. And I don't judge her for that, because you know why?
Yeah,
I
whatever.
notice what she's doing. I'm like, okay, yeah, she's probably not trying to say, let me calm down, because I think she's
Ooh,
not
let me tell you,
understanding
that
what
was
I'm about
another
to say.
bullet point.
You know what I'm saying? So just know the signals, yo. Like, you know what I'm saying? Know your signals, okay? Know what's going on.
Learn when to be quiet.
Ooh. We had to learn how to listen, though.
Yes.
I think we both had to learn
Not
how to
just
listen.
being quiet.
Yeah.
But listening while you're being quiet, not waiting to reply.
Woo! Hold on, I got to put this up here because this is absolutely true. And this is why she's my sister. Check this out. LOL. I literally write a whole text with all the negative thoughts, I want to say, then delete it. Sometimes I'm not gonna lie to you, sis.
I
I
don't do it.
do the same
My
thing.
backspace
I
game
remember,
ain't
I
ready.
remember,
I
I
be
remember.
seeing
I'll be like,
2 pages. Sin. Nah,
nah, it
forget
ain't
it.
even worth
You
all of
you
that.
actually have to tell me when the backspace had
Yeah,
statuses and stuff. I'm
yeah.
like, why am I doing
It's
this?
like it's not that
What is this
serious.
going to accomplish?
Because I know that if I say what I want to say, it's just
Yeah.
sometimes just be like, and then you know what? I do this, and I'm a quick side note. I do this in music all the time. We just had a look, like there's people in this industry that I want to just call out so bad. I want to just be like, you know what? You know what I'm saying? And I want to say so much, and my wife is like,
That ain't
nope,
it. What's
we
it
ain't
gonna
gonna do it.
do?
We ain't gonna do it.
Come on, send.
We ain't
Yes,
gonna do it.
send.
No,
No, don't send.
ain't no
Don't
sin.
send. Don't
Ain't no
send.
sin. Now there's certain things you can send. No, real talk. There's certain things you can send
I gotta get
professionally.
corporate.
You know what
Per
I'm saying?
my
Yeah,
last email.
yeah. There's certain things
If you
do.
scroll up
At work, put like this. At work, then I'm sending everything because I know I have the right words to say when it's at work. You get what I'm saying? I know that if I send this email, a whole bunch of people are going to see it. So I'm going to make sure.
Let
I'm
me
gonna
tell
make
you,
sure.
Joyce, you
that
right
I put
about
that
that.
on
Joyce
there,
said,
so.
if I done had 2 drinks,
Whoops.
it's over. Send.
Yep,
I don't
yep.
care. I don't care.
Now, if I listen, if I am inebriated or if I am intoxicated
It's a
in
wrap
any
on
kind of
that.
way, I don't even go
It
to
might
my
be a
phone.
call.
No, yeah, I'm not.
That's the problem. Jesus.
Well, what you say?
It might be a call. It ain't gonna be a text. It's gonna be a call.
No, if
when
it's
I'm drunk.
no, look, hold on, cuz. Let me tell you something, cuz. If it's a problem for real, cuz,
We pulling up.
I'm pulling up, cuz, and you can ask anybody. I don't know if y'all, man, y'all don't know. I didn't Facebook. I didn't Facebook live somebody or call them like, yo, I don't know what you're talking about, but you need to explain yourself, cuz I don't do the back and forth. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, let's get back on topic before we get out of here.
Okay,
so let's talk about compromise because we gotta get some more compromising things.
We did talk about
okay, so what's some tips to compromise? Why is it so special?
Compromise is hard for real because you feel like you're losing and they're winning, but really both of you have to lose something so that both of y'all can win.
Facts.
I don't know. I don't know what.
Yeah.
You know, in compromise, there was another topic during the conference. It was just saying, notice when we want something from our spouse that they can't give to us. Like, we have to learn how to soothe ourselves. Yeah. So when we are upset and they're not giving you the type of response that you need,
in this season.
In this here season, because they're gonna learn how to deal with you the next season.
Yep.
Possibly.
Yeah.
But you just have to figure out, okay, what is really making me mad right now? Yeah. What about this is making me mad? Is it the way that they're talking to me? Is it the words that they're saying? Is it the time that this is brought up? Because timing is everything.
Yeah, timing is great.
So,
and you know, like I would say compromise is just a special thing when it works. You know what I'm saying? Because when it works, like here's the thing: when you compromise with somebody and they notice that you compromise, they're not gonna do anything but compromise back. No. They're gonna compromise back with you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to the next thing and they know, like, okay, well, we did do this last time. Okay, cool.
That's the point. Yeah, like what Micah said, it's all about the end game.
Yeah.
Because you have to realize this is your teammate. Like he's not here to hurt me. Mm-mm. He's not here to bash me. Mm-mm. And it might feel that way during an argument, a heated discussion. Mm-hmm. But I mean, we have to remember we live with each other. We're here in the same space, y'all. Especially now, COVID quarantine. There's not many escapes. So we have to talk it out. We have to compromise with each other. Like, okay, this is what you need right now. I probably can't give it to you because I'm being petty, and I need to figure out why I'm being petty. Let me chill on me. Mm-hmm. Let me figure it out.
Yeah, I need to figure out what's going on. You know what I'm saying? What's going on in order for me to make this thing work? And, you know, it doesn't always take, when you compromise, I feel like this, when you compromise though, it doesn't mean that you lost the entire thing.
Yeah, that's what Nisha just said.
Oh, see, that's my sister. She already knew where I was going. So like literally, like it doesn't mean that you're losing. It just means you're finding another way to win the battle. You know what I'm saying?
But you're not winning the route you were going.
So you don't have to lose, but figure out together how both can win.
Mm-hmm.
Both should compromise. It can't just be one person consistently compromise, and that is
Yeah, constantly.
absolutely
Yeah.
right. Like that's why I said if you compromise, you know the next time, okay, I shouldn't even have to mention it. I know that you're going to technically probably compromise on the next thing that I truly want to do or truly want to go or understand where I'm coming from because I understood where you coming from. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So just like it can't feel like something that is heavy on you and you always got to think about it. Like, no, it's just when you communicate, which is what you said, when you learn how to communicate with your spouse, then what you're doing is you're opening up the great conversation and open up
Better lines of
better
communication.
lines of
So
communication.
it'll be easier to
And
compromise. It
you
gets
said something
easier
that's
and
really
easier.
dope that I hope people get. Learning how to soothe yourself. Because sometimes when you're mad, it's not your spouse's fault. Sometimes it's just you have to learn how to deal with issues that you've never really dealt with. And in this season, you might have to be like, yo, I never really dealt with the fact that I don't have that much confidence when I look in the mirror. You know what I mean? I never really, because people like Jesse would always come over and say, "Oh, babe, you look so nice," and blah, 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 blah. And I was looking for those words from another person at all times. So then when she's focused on her self
And I'm
confidence,
not saying
you know
it
what I'm
enough
saying?
for
And
you.
and she's and I'm just noticing,
Yeah.
or I feel like she's not saying it enough for me. This is the time for me to learn how to soothe myself
Mm-hmm.
and say, hey, it's not that she's ignoring me. It's not that she doesn't love me or she's not paying attention to me. It's just that she has to do these things on her own. And now it's time for me to be a big boy and say, yo, look in the mirror. As I said earlier, self-talk. Hey, bro, you look
Ooh,
good, fam.
I
You know what I'm
just
saying? You
did some
look really
self-talk. I
good. You
told
look
him
really
this
good.
week, I said, this was the first week I have ever spoken to myself in the mirror and said, hey, sis, you got this.
Yeah.
I have never done that before
Yeah.
in my
And
life.
that's what I want
And
to,
I felt so
babe.
freaking good
Let
that
me tell you
day.
something. Let me tell you something that's really powerful. And this is why I like this past weekend, my wife has grown so much in the past weekend because she finally did, and we had this conversation. She finally did what I couldn't really say that she needed to do. She found inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell people all the time, like I've been listening to motivational speakers since 2016, right? And sometimes it works. And then, like I said, 2018, I felt, bad for myself as well. So sometimes it works and then you get away from it.
Yeah.
But when you find something that inspires you, if it's not God or if it's not, like, find something that inspires you on a daily basis, something that you can go back to when you feel like you're in a slump. Find something that inspires you. People will say, well, Tez, isn't it music for you? I'm like, yes, music inspires me. Music is
Yeah, Jess,
everything
is
for
this
me.
Zumba for you? But
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
but
Yes, it
sometimes
is.
I'll be
But
feeling
sometimes
like
I
it,
need the
or
words. Sometimes I need somebody to tell me what I've been thinking. Or, maybe it's something Jesse's been telling me, but it came from another person's mouth in an inspirational way.
yeah.
So then it's like, oh, now I'm inspired to understand what Jesse was saying because this is what this motivational speaker is saying.
Yeah.
This is what this preacher was saying. This is what this book or this, this religious Bible or whatever was saying. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, find that inspiration daily. That will help you accommodate the new you. If you find
Absolutely.
something that inspires you when you're going through these seasons, you are now able to accommodate yourself, accommodate your spouse, because now you're dealing with your own self. Babe, it's
Andrew
beautiful
said
when
it's
you said,
hard.
yeah, it's beautiful when you said the first time you said, I was surprised. I was
I'm
surprised.
serious.
The
I never
confidence,
had.
the confidence that you exude, it's like, oh, she always talks to her, so she's very confident. Now, I knew you had issues with it. I knew because I'm your husband, because I'll be watching you.
You tapped
But
in.
yeah, you
Tap,
know what I'm
tap,
saying?
tap
Right.
in.
But at the same time, when you said it and you know how it made you feel, that made me feel like, yes, there we go.
Confirmation.
There we go. That's
Yeah.
all she needed, was somebody to inspire her, because now she's going to tap into that communication piece that I've always wanted her to tap into. She's going to tap into all of these issues that we've had in our marriage that we couldn't really understand while seeing a therapist, y'all.
Yeah.
So it's so much, y'all. Find inspiration. Inspiration will help you compromise. Inspiration will help you accommodate. Inspiration will get you to do everything you need. Now, before we leave this podcast, babe, is there anything else you would like to say to the people?
Yes, I want to read Nisha's comment. This is good. One day a week ain't working for me. I'm glad you feel that way, but as we said,
balance. We gotta balance.
Share it, share it, share it.
Yeah.
Listen to all the other ones all over
And you know what's
again.
crazy? We listen for the first time, so we're doing a great job, y'all. We're trying to exercise daily and get some walks in. We go on a walk and things like that, at least a mile or two a day. And the first time I listened to the podcast on my walk, and I was like, oh, okay,
we're doing all right.
not even that we were doing
good.
all right, but I think that this is good for for people to go back to and listen to, like,
that's a good topic.
Go ahead. Therapy is scary for you.
Yeah.
Look, I'm gonna tell you,
hey,
man.
He's finna reach out to you. He's about to be all on you.
I'm trying to tell you, like, it's scary. I didn't think I ever needed therapy at all, but it became a point where it was almost at the brink of I started thinking about things I never thought about before.
Yes.
And when you get to that point, something has to change. You know what I'm saying? Something.
We're gonna let y'all hop on sometime soon, Andrew. But we got a few more things that we want to flesh out. And
absolutely.
Then we'll get some guests on here for sure.
We got some fun things planned, everybody.
Yes, we're gonna get a few couples on.
This quarantine is wonderful for the Hamptons. So all we doing is planning. And I hope you're doing the same thing with your life. Like, when we say plan, we don't always mean don't feel the pressure to be a business person if you can't do it yet. But why don't you plan your life out? Why don't you write
life? Why
don't you just write out what you want to why don't you just write out what you want to do in your life? How about that? How about you write out, okay, by this time next year, I want to blank. I'm going to ask for that raise. You know what I'm saying?
Months.
Yeah, whatever you want to do. You know what I'm saying?
Do it.
Even if you're younger and you want to have kids, like, I'm gonna plan this out. If it's I want to be married by a certain time, or meet somebody, whatever the case may be. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say, we've been on here an hour, guys, an hour plus. But Andrew, seriously, Cortez is gonna reach out to you because you said that you needed some therapy personally. This is how we started. Yep. He went first, and then we went together. Yep. Definitely.
And you would know, like, I would say, if you're a couple, please get therapy. If you're a couple, please.
Yes. And you think you don't need it, but it's great to refresh.
It will open up. It will open up.
I don't care if you've been married 4 days or 40 years. Everybody can use it.
Check this out. And the pastor that counseled us, he was great for us, but I would still advise him in his marriage to make sure that they get counseling as well.
You mean like premarital and
all of it. So even if you are a pastor yourself, even if you are a motivational speaker yourself,
if you're just regular,
even if you regular schmegula, then you need to make sure you have a safe place to have conversation.
Yes.
So, guys, thank you so much for listening to We Ain't Goals.
We see y'all next week,
and we will see y'all next week. Love y'all.